Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you 5 tips and tricks to improve your builds from kind of like basic standard starter bases to really nice looking builds. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so number 1, the first tip is to improve the roof. So if you want, you could keep the same like roof shape, but I'm going to change it up, but I'm also going to change up the block. I'm going to add first off, I'm just going to break this portion of the roof, and then I'm going to place it with dark oak. But I'm going to do a cool little design, like this, kind of like this. So I'm going to place a block here, upside down block, a full block, and then repeat that. And it looks pretty cool. Much better than this kind of plain oak, boring roof that you see in a lot of Minecraft builds. You know, it's pretty simple, but like it looks quite nice. You can also have like a cool little attic space. You can have more space in the house. But yeah, so basically once you have this, fill it along fully and you can have a cool roof. Okay, so I have gone ahead and fully done the roof. I added dark oak on each side and then spruce in the middle, and that's a cool little thing you can do to make it look just more interesting. But yeah, this is how you can improve the roof. Okay, tip number 2 is to add texture to your build. So first off, I'm gonna replace the block cobblestone with stone. 1 second. And then I'm going to be adding stone brick to add some texture and make it more interesting and overall look better. You can so basically, it's not too hard to texture. You can kind of just randomly place and then adjust once you randomly place. Like if you want more of one block than another, like I'm just going to do that. Take that out, boom. Something like this looks okay. Pretty simple, but oak doesn't really match. It can match, but it doesn't really match the roof, so I'm just going to change oak out with these strip logs. But yeah, texturing is pretty simple. Just kind of spam the blocks and then adjust. Okay, tip number 3 is to add more like depth to your build. Add more like sections. Like you can add like a little section over here. Just kind of like having just coming out of the wall, kind of, you know, like just another little area. Looks a lot better, especially from the side. Pretty simple, doesn't take too long. Yeah, just add another section. It can look cool. Kind of like this, you know, just go like that. Boom. Boom. But yeah, you can just add some more depth to your build. Make it look kind of like a rectangle. Just looks better. And boom, looks a lot better. It also doesn't have to be the same kind of like roof. You can make it different. Kind of just mix your build up. Just add different shapes and stuff until it looks good. Especially you can do the same with details, tons of stuff. Like you don't just have to like leave it at that. You can add details, add greenery. Just add stuff until your build looks good and experiment. Because if it doesn't look good, you can just change it back. And yeah. But yeah, adding sections just looks better. Okay. So we're done with that. So now just gonna texture the wall. Oh, gotta do this. Gotta fill this in. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna texture the wall. Again, just like spam. Just spam blocks, you know. Kinda like that. Just kinda make it look random. Because that's what it's kind of being. And then boom. Boom. It's magically 100 times better. No, not, but it looks pretty cool, you know. It just helps your build kinda feel better. But yeah. Okay, tip number 4 is decoration. Just adding a lot of decoration just makes the build look a lot better. Okay, so one of my favorite decorations is grab cobblestone wall, fences, and fence gates. And then you come up on the roof and do like, you can add like a wall, a fence, and then a fence gate like this. And it looks really good. It just makes the roof look a lot like nicer, kind of. Add some like height to the build. If you do, you can do this on a tower, at the top of a tower also. It looks really good. It makes the tower look taller, and it can go like make the tower look like thinner without and just like having like a block go up. But yeah, another thing I like to do is just adding windows to a build. It might seem really simple, and it is, but it can really help the build to look better. Okay. And you can just add shutters on the windows. There's a lot of complicated things to make windows look better. This one's nice, like I like it because it's like really simple. It's not too hard because I see a lot of ones where it's like really challenging, but this is simple. But it really does make it look better. But yeah, if you just add windows all around, your build just generally looks better. Just add detail to your builds. It just looks a lot better. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It only takes a couple minutes. Okay, another detail I like to add is over here at the door. So you can just go like this. And boom, you have like a nice little area at your door. I don't know, it just looks better. But yeah, after all the simple detail, the build looks a lot better overall. Alrighty, and this is only a couple, this takes like a couple minutes, and the build has, just looks so much better. Okay, finally is tip number 5. So this is kind of like a detail, but add kind of like plants around your build for like a overgrown, kind of like old look. So you can just kind of like add kind of like this, kind of like little leaf bunches. It looks good in the corners especially. Kind of vines creeping up your build. It just looks overgrown and like old, like it hasn't been taken care of, but it looks really good. Like you can just kind of spread it around. Really simple. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people stop at detail, but I've been doing this for a while. I think it looks really cool. Just to kind of like add this around your build. It kind of looks cool up here if you go like that, kind of just like hanging off. Looks really cool. You know, but then you can add some leaves around and stuff, but my favorite thing to do is to I really like to I like to add like custom trees. It's really fun. Like I find it really fun to add custom trees. It's a little more challenging than some of the other stuff, but it's not too hard, so I can show you real quick. So first off, you're going to start off by just kind of making like a basic trunk. I'm just going to do like a 4x4. Just build it up. Trust me, it'll look fine. Just build it up. It doesn't need to be too tall. Like, that's probably it. And then, kind of, trees kind of like start like small and like get bigger, kind of. And then they get like, they kind of like have like the stump, you know? Add some like blocks down here. Well, no, you don't even have to. You just add some blocks down there, and then mainly take off some blocks from like the middle, kind of. And then you can also add like spruce slabs down here. These look cool, kind of like roots. That looks really cool. One sec. But yeah, and then you can add some branches at the top. For branches, just kind of go up and go out like that. You don't need to make them too big, but branches, they don't just because trees have branches in real life. It's not just that. They make it like easier to add the leaves, kind of. So once you have some branches, grab some leaves. I'm gonna make an azalea tree because it looks really cool. And you can kind of just cover the branches in that, like that. You can kind of just cover them in leaves, and then it will look good eventually. Basically, cover all of every side in leaves, and then you can kind of make some like drooping off, and just also add some more to make it look more realistic. But yeah. Okay, so we've covered the mullein leaves now. Well, we gotta get the underside. Okay, now just kind of like add more. What you can do is you can make it like kind of drooping down. That looks kind of cool. You can also mix different types of leaves to have like so you can have like different like oak and azalea mixed. So it looks like there's little flowers in between. It's not too hard. This is like probably my favorite like tip that I'd give to someone. Just add greenery in your build. Like, don't want your builds to be boring. But yeah, trees take a bit of time. You gotta like perfect the leaves kind of, otherwise they look really, like kind of bad. But it's not too hard. Like, see, that looks okay. It'd take a little more time to look like really good. See, that looks pretty cool. Like, you have like a nice custom tree, and then you can also just add some flowers kind of like scattered about. Lilac, just take your favorite flower, just scatter it about, makes the landscape look more vibrant. Blue orchids, just do whatever you want, you know? Just add greenery. But yeah. Okay, thank you for watching 5 tips and tricks to make your builds better. But yeah, basically it's not too hard. Just if your build looks bad, don't give up. Just like add detail, add greenery, texture it. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.